We're at the movies with Matt and Ryan. A double feature review.
See, let's not date these because I don't know if I'm gonna edit them all up for
I
tonight.
know. It's nice to know like when they did it. Like when did Matt and Ryan do this review?
I mean, under the video, there's a date of when it was uploaded.
Whatever. Yeah, but it's you
Okay,
never know.
all right. So we're still in January, the slums of the movie season. A lot of
And New England.
why New England?
It's winter time.
Some
It's a
people
rough time of year.
some people like winter.
Yeah, I know, but not many.
I think there's a fair share.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but yeah. So we have another movie review today. For Sleepless, starring Jaime Foxx, Jamie Foxx.
Ti, my man. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but it's an action movie. It follows a cop, Officer Vincent Downs. I remember his name, with a connection to the criminal underworld, scours a nightclub in search of his kidnapped son. And not only is he searching for his kidnapped son, but he people think he's a dirty cop. He has a whole complicated background. So it's the DEA chasing after him chasing for his son. It's a very complicated web of characters and
Yeah.
interactions this movie has. And the movie hasn't been marketed very much. It didn't screen for critics. Early reviews are pretty bad. And I think this movie's getting a bad break. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty enjoyable for what it is. It's not the most original movie ever or the most intelligent movie ever, but it's solid entertainment, and I think it's pretty well done for what it is.
Yeah, it's fun, and it reminds me. It's one of those movies where it's a Friday night, it's snowy, and you want to rent a movie. I think this would be a good action movie to rent if you're into action movies. Um, it doesn't shy away from the generic aspects of an action movie, but there are some parts that I was even kind of shocked that I would see in this type of movie because I wasn't like pissed going into this movie, but I was definitely not expecting much, not as much as you were. But
Well, I thought it was gonna be fun. Like I had a feeling like I liked the cast a lot. I don't know. The trailers were okay. I'm like, I think this will be a fun January movie, and like a fun January movie, it hits the spot. It's like wow. Like I was so happy, like leaving this movie because I was just like, I'm so happy this was like fun. Like
yeah,
because usually every January movie is crap. Like it's the worst, most lazy,
yeah.
uninspired crap ever.
Well, that was the one thing with this movie. I didn't find it that lazy. I think they were like trying to actually make a good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, in some aspects they I'm not they didn't do a great job in doing that, but like it's still you saw the effort, which most January movies don't show.
I, I mean,
Yeah,
what are you gonna say?
no, what were we gonna say?
I mean, the cast here is very good. You got Jamie Foxx, obviously has that movie star kind of flair. I mean, he brings a lot of personality to the character. He's got kind of a sass, as you will, and he's a good lead. But the movie's more of an ensemble effort, which I liked. You got Scoot McNairy as Novak, who's just kind of weird, but kind of villainous in his own way still. Gabrielle
Yeah,
Union, David Harbour, Michelle Monaghan as the main DEA agent going after him. Very good cast. Dermot Mulroney, Ti. It's like that's a pretty respectable cast for a movie. It's not a lot of A-list talent, but solid, veteran actors.
well, I think one of my problems with the film was the fact that some of the characters weren't developed well. I think like the relationship between Jamie Foxx and his son was kind of I don't know. There's some questionable aspects there because I didn't really understand it all that well. And then like I don't know, like some like his wife in the movie was a little underdeveloped, and I don't know, like some of the characters just felt not needed. I think in the movie, I think
Hmm.
even Ti's character was not needed for the film.
Yeah, but yeah, the movie lacked personality. I would say it's just like I don't mind that action movie doesn't have a lot of development with its characters. Like that's fine. It's focused on the story and whatever. But I wish the characters had a little more personality to them. I mean, I don't know. And I go say that as well with the direction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm glad. What were you gonna say?
the movie very much feels like it's like John Wick light. Like you have the scenes in the club. kind of the style it tries to replicate. I wish it had a director who had more of a unique idea in how to capture these action and all that. But I like that the movie's self-contained in this kind of one club. It's not really a club, it's like a casino more like setting,
Yeah,
and it's just all these characters running around. It's a fun web of
yeah.
people, and I like that. And I think the writer Andrea Berloff, and it's based on a French movie, I believe. It's called Nuit Blanche. I don't know if that's right. Probably not.
Probably, probably not. You
Nuit.
took French. Yeah, it was actually kind of well directed, and it wasn't some of the things that I'm glad they didn't go into was the generic like shots in an action scene, like the slow motion scenes, and they you know like sometimes action movies focus too
Well,
much
I
on
don't think the direction was that great. I think it was competent. Like the action
yeah,
scenes were filmed respectably and all that, but it didn't have its own style. Like a lot of the imagery this movie tries to evoke is very much similar to other action movies, modern action movies. Like it reminded me a lot of John Wick in look.
yeah. But sometimes I think other action movies drag out the movie by showing like those just those types of like I don't know like car crash scenes or whatever is in a normal action movie, which is sometimes the reason why action movies are so long. I think this movie I was surprised to see it was only an hour and a half for running time, so
It
that was
is
kind of nice to see.
it was very self-contained, like, and that helped it make feel more realistic. Like it, every action moment that happens in the movie feel is something that could have happened in real life. Like there was nothing that like silly about what happens, you know.
There wasn't a Jason Bourne scene where the cars
Yeah,
smashed through a bunch of cars.
it's very grounded, and I liked the hand to hand combat where you know the punches felt real. Like Jamie Foxx's character, he wasn't invincible. You know,
Yeah,
he got his ass kicked a lot in this movie. He got, you know, and something happens to him at the beginning of the movie, like an injury he suffers, and he has to deal with that the whole movie, and he's like you see him putting his hands there and everything. It's realistic, and I like that.
yeah, and that was I don't know like that was a I did like that. That was a problem too, though. I think like he obviously had family issues, and I don't know. Like I wish they touched on that more because they kind of introduced it in the beginning, and I never really.
Well, no, that's not something action. It's an action movie. It's
I know
about the
it's an action movie,
story.
though, but if you want to develop the story even
Yeah,
more,
but
it's like
that's
come
just a
back.
it's just a cliche of the genre. That's what how the genre is. It's just
I know.
you know, and it's a little uninspired in that way. And there's it's that's why it's not the most original movie in the world because
Yeah,
it follows a lot of cliches both in writing and direction. It's not really something that has its own unique kind of perspective on the genre. It's very much just another entry in the genre.
but it wasn't like funny bad either, though, and it wasn't that
No,
mean spirited.
it was well done. Like it
Yeah.
not all just because it's I think that you're giving action movies a bad rap by saying
No,
that.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Mm.
I'm giving action movies a bad rap.
You're saying it wasn't funny bad. I'm just saying it was competent and
No,
it
I
was.
know that. I know. That's what I'm saying though. Like it wasn't mediocre. There were some things that were kind of smart, like in the writing. I think like there was a couple scenes at the end that kind of shocked me and I didn't expect, which is kind of nice instead of having that generic ending.
The movie does take a lot of twists and turns along the way. I mean, it might be too many for somebody's taste, but
Yeah,
it still it entertains like and that's what I wanted from this movie. I just wanted to
yeah,
have a good solid action movie.
I like it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's anything great. It'll probably end up being pretty forgettable for me, but
Yeah,
I liked it. I give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's a good matinee rental type movie. I don't think you're really missing all that much if you don't see it in the theater, but I think if you go see it in the theater, you'll have a good time.
yeah. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. You're not gonna be pissed seeing this.
Yeah, you'll be happy, and good for Jamie Foxx and for being a movie star. I like seeing him in these kind of leading roles.
Yeah, Sleepless.
Sleep, yeah, Sleepless. That's kind of dumb title, but
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, that was one thing I was thinking last night. I'm like, why is it called
well,
Sleepless?
it's called that because they're up all night. It's like they're It's the night from hell. The movie takes place in one night, but yeah.
Well, it was in Vegas too, right? And Vegas is kind of a
Mhm.
city that doesn't sleep, I guess,
Mhm.
in a sense.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. Well, that's our review. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good day.